everyone, it's me, Megan.
And me, Jessie. Megan, look, I rebuilt my blueberry gravyinator. It's better and stronger than ever.
It looks great, Jessie.
Thanks. Did you notice what I built around it?
It looks like a wall.
It is a wall. I remembered that Nehemiah wanted to help God's people rebuild the wall around Jerusalem. So I thought I would build a wall around my blueberry gravyinator to introduce today's Bible story.
That's a great idea, Jessie. Yes, God led Nehemiah to rebuild the walls around Jerusalem. And it was not easy. Listen to how God helped his people. Nehemiah wanted to help the people in Jerusalem. The walls around the city were broken and they needed to be fixed. Nehemiah and the people worked together to fix the walls and the gates. The walls and the gates had special names. Some of the people worked on the fish gate. The fish gate was the entrance to the fish market. Some people worked on the sheep gate. The sheep gate led to the place where people went to sell sheep. Other workers fixed parts of the walls, and some of them fixed towers in the walls. The workers put in doors. They added bolts and bars. They cut stones and stacked them on the wall. Some of the people filled in holes in the wall. Everyone in the city worked together on the walls. Before long, the wall was halfway rebuilt. Some men who lived nearby were angry about the walls being rebuilt. They did not like God's people, and they did not want them to have new walls to keep them safe. The men made fun of God's people. They said, "These people cannot rebuild the walls. They are too broken to be fixed." But that wasn't true. God's people could rebuild the walls because God was helping them. Nehemiah prayed. God's people kept working on the walls, but their enemies made a plan to attack them. God's people chose men to guard the walls all day and all night, but they were still afraid. "Our enemies are everywhere," they said. Nehemiah did not want the people to be afraid. "God is great and powerful," Nehemiah said. "If our enemies attack us, God will fight for us." So God's people kept working. Some of the men stood guard with weapons, and others worked on the wall. The people were always ready to fight, just in case. Nehemiah was a good leader for God's people. He helped them when they had problems, and he told them to trust God. Before long, the wall was finished. The gates and the walls were fixed, and God's people were safe. The people's enemies were afraid because they knew that God was with his people. Nehemiah helped God's people fix the walls around their city. The walls protected the people from their enemies. Jesus protects us from our enemies. When we know and love Jesus, he keeps us safe, and we will live with him forever in heaven.